Hey guys, it's Brent, and welcome to the April 2011 VIP Club special event on Transcending Fears. So, today we're going to talk about what fear is, and also the most effective way to move past your fears, which is actually not by overcoming it, but what I call transcending it, integrating it into you, dropping the resistance to it. So, first things first, what is fear? We've all experienced it. We know that, at least on a physical level, it's a certain biochemical response that our bodies produce for us when we're threatened. Many of us are familiar with the fight or flight response. You see something scary, like, for example, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're going to use the bathroom and you see a shadow that looks like somebody crawling in through your window. All of a sudden, the fear triggers. Oh my God, your body is racing with all the stress hormones. You're wide awake. Your heart starts beating quickly. And so we know that there is this physiological thing called fear, which is generally designed to keep us alert and aware and to keep us alive in stressful situations. However, in our modern world, so much of our fear gets out of control. And so to really get to the core of it, we need to look not just at the physical effects of fear, but also at the kind of what I call the esoteric or the abstract meaning of fear. And so energetically, what is fear in the abstract, in the esoteric world? Well, really, fear, if you want to drill down to what it's really all about, is fear is the polar opposite or the complement to what we might call the unconditional love energy. Those of you guys who have read my book, Where Science Meets Spirit, or are familiar with Vianna Stibel's work and her book Theta Healing, or if you've done the Theta Healing training classes, know about her model of the 7 planes of existence, which I think is a totally cool model. And in the 7-plane model, we have the 5th plane, which is good and evil, light and dark. It's the plane of polarity, of opposition. And so this energy of fear is the dark side, the polar opposite, the 0 to the 1, the dark to the light. Though it's not necessarily bad, it's just a pole. It's like one side of a coin, heads and tails. And so the entire universe is this dance of opposite energies, hot and cold, light and dark, male and female, up and down, left and right, north and south. You'll see it everywhere. And so in that sense, fear is simply one opposite. It is that which is destructive, shrinking, separating, as opposed to the energy of love, which is expanding, unifying, growing, things like that. And so one is not inherently better or worse, but they exist in this perfect balance, this cosmic dance which creates the entire universe. And so do we want to overcome our fear? Actually, we don't. The original name of this special event was going to be Overcoming Fears, but then I realized that that's really not an appropriate name, because the problem with anything is that when you're working in duality, when you resist something, you'll draw in its opposite. And so when you are working, for example, with fear, if you're say you're really afraid of fire and you try to avoid fire all the time, you will draw that in. You'll do the opposite of what you expected. And so if you are afraid of fire, you'll actually draw in the experience of fire. That's why overcoming fears doesn't work. You can't make war on it. You can't conquer it. You can't vanquish it. You can't get stronger than it and break it down and destroy it. That doesn't work. That will only make it ultimately stronger. You're just hiding from it. What you can do is open yourself, surrender to the fear. Allow yourself to feel what you're afraid of and integrate it into your being. When you do this, you are literally doing what I call transcending fear, moving past it. And at that point, it has no more power over you. Of course, Franklin Delano Roosevelt said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And that's very much true. As said by Frank Herbert in the book and movie Dune, fear is the mind killer. That's true too. And remember that your mind creates your entire reality. And so if it's been poisoned with fear, it will literally kill your ability to create. It will shut you down, keep you sick, keep you poor, keep you alone, keep you unhappy, keep you miserable. If you are able to transcend fear, though, by clearing your limiting belief systems that generate it and integrating that power back into your being instead of resisting it outside of you, what will happen is the things you were afraid of, they just won't have the emotional charge anymore. You may not like them. You may still choose to avoid them because facing that fear is not an experience that serves you, but you won't be afraid of it. It just won't be a big deal anymore. It'll become and so when you've integrated that fear into you, when you've been able to clear the blocks and feel the energy that you are in resistance to, it will actually dissipate. This is the same principle that underlies why Vianna teaches us not to put up wards and spells and protective shields around us. Why? Because when you do that, you're going in resistance to the voodoo, the black magic, the dark spirits, whatever you're trying to protect yourself against, and ultimately just making them stronger, ensuring the struggle. That's how 5th plane energy works. Whenever you fight, you create more of the opposite. And so duality perpetuates. Instead, you can transcend fear, move past it, integrate it into your being. And then the power it used to have over you, you have now reclaimed for yourself. And you can use that exact same power to heal your body, to manifest money, to find love, whatever you like. Pretty cool, huh? Tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk more about the nature of fear and how you can move right into it and transcend it.